When you ask my kids what the most important thing in the world is, they will say family. It's hard to believe that your babies one day may not have your best intention in mind like you did since the day they were born. No one wants to believe that a trusted and loved family member would ever defraud them. But that's what makes it so easy for the fraudster. Family fraud is deceptive because it not only can cause severe emotional and physical harm, but it often destroys families as well. In this video, I'm going to review 6 signs that may indicate that you are a victim of family fraud. Also, I will review common fraud schemes in family businesses. What you learn from this video and this YouTube channel, you will be able to use straight away, so let's go. Here are the signs that could indicate you're a victim of family fraud. Number 1, as you get older, your kids may promise to take care of everything, to leave the worrying to them. Try to stay as involved as you can in your care, but not just your care, as well your finances if possible. If you don't want to handle your finances anymore or can't, write them down. Write down the sources of income and how they come to you and how expenses are dispersed and your expenses that you have. Or ask someone to put that on video for you. Further, ensure that you have your bank statement and canceled checks sent directly to a trusted third party, such as a CPA or another child. I'm not saying the person that's handling your finance shouldn't review them, but I'm saying that a second set of eyes is going to help. Number 2, thinking that you have enough money to pay your bills and suddenly running short each month may be a sign that something is wrong. I want to tell you about a case that I worked on. An elderly woman, it was actually a criminal case that I investigated, could not understand why her private elderly retirement home check bounced when she was sure that she had $4.5 million in her bank account. Her adopted son, then 45, had depleted her bank accounts of her life savings as well as taken out money and loans in her name. This resulted in the elderly woman being forced to leave the privately run retirement home and move into a publicly funded and run home. If you're running out of money, contact a trusted professional such as a banker or accountant to find out why. In this instance, it was very sad. And what was so sad was that the mother couldn't understand why her son wasn't visiting anymore. What she didn't know was the police had a restraining order that did not allow the son to go close to his mother anymore. Number 3, do you feel your health is being neglected? If an older adult is being taken advantage of, the biggest impact is often on that person's health. Financial abuse often goes hand in hand with health neglect. If you're paying a family member an allowance to care for you, or if they've volunteered to do it, make sure that arrangement is well documented and others in the family know about it. And make sure that a person is helping you maintain your health by arranging for doctor appointments and medications and ensuring your basic needs are being met. Number 4, your children start to have a lot of new things, like a fancy sports car. If your caretaker is suddenly showing up with a lot of new things, but you're running short of money, it's time to take control and to find out what's going on. You need to double check your account with the help of a trusted family member or a friend if necessary. If you are still concerned, call your financial advisor or contact your local social services. Number 5, other family members are suspicious that money is missing. Sometimes other adult children become distrustful of the family member handling the finances. That suspicion could be warranted, but maybe not. In a case that I was investigating, another criminal case, a son was calling and saying that his father was being taken advantage of by a carekeeper. The carekeeper was supposedly taking the father multiple times during the day to the bank to do cash withdrawals. But when I asked the individual, how often do you check on your parent? The answer was almost never. That individual had made their parent susceptible to fraud. Open communication is the best course of action in families. The person in charge of finances should share their dealings with other family members. Encourage whoever is handling your finances to share the details, including income and payment information with a trusted financial advisor or another family member. Number 6, children want their inheritance today, now. It's best to have a will along with an inventory of who gets what after you die. Make sure your CPA, lawyer, or a family member have access to a copy of the will. Do not create the expectations that you will be giving your money and assets and heirlooms to your family until after you need them. You should not be being pressured into giving things away before you're ready to do so. Do you have a family business? Are you concerned about family members helping themselves to your money? As an expert, I can help perform a discreet investigation before you need to make any decisions or have any confrontations. I can help with estate oversight and succession planning. I can investigate allegations of fraud if needed. It's a sensitive matter, but I can help. The saying that blood is thicker than water suggests that family ties are the strongest bond, but does that concept hold true in the dark world of fraud? Or is the love of money truly the root of all kinds of evil, even overpowering family bonds? From the family fraud investigations that I have performed, it is clear that fraud can be committed against family members by an in-law, a sibling, or a spouse. No family relationship is immune. What makes fraud worse in a family business is that the relationships can be changed forever once a relative has perpetrated a fraud. Fraud affects the dynamics between family members, not only involved in the fraud, but on the whole. The psychological trauma is impossible to quantify. In addition to experiencing a number of disturbing feelings, the honest family members may not have the ability to trust anyone for some time. Feelings of denial followed by anger are typical. Sometimes family members knew, or at least felt that something wasn't right with their relatives' behavior or actions, but because of the family relationship, no one acted soon enough to limit the exposure to the loss. Common fraud schemes in family businesses. Family fraud schemes are not unique, but mirror those done by non-family employees against a business. Some of the most common schemes I have investigated include diverting business funds for personal purchases. For example, using a corporate credit card for weekend family meals and concealing the meals as legitimate business expenses. Skimming cash receipts. The best way to commit fraud and not getting caught is by taking a cash sale and not recording it at all. Processing unauthorized payroll. Diverting customers and sales to a competing entity. Providing business secrets and bidding information to competitors. A son, the eldest son of 3 brothers, came to the country and was asked by his father to please take care of his 2 brothers. Over time, the eldest son grew a business, and it grew and it grew and it grew. And the son, as per his father's wishes, brought in both of the sons. Both of the sons over time were endorsing company checks to themselves, had opened up vendors that they ran, and were overcharging the business. And the son, with the dedication to the father, wound up paying millions of dollars to each brother to leave the business rather than doing anything else. At times, emotion and family bond is greater. However, from what I've seen, it really needs to come down to business decisions. That a family member has committed fraud against you becomes a business decision of what you're doing going forward. It is very difficult to take out emotion. As you move into your senior years, make sure the people around you are aware of your wishes. Remember, you can't control your money from the grave. Fraud surveys repeatedly find that no company or individual is immune to deception and outright theft, regardless of geographical boundaries, industry size, form of ownership, or relationships. In short, any business is potentially vulnerable to fraud. A company that takes the approach that blind trust is an internal control simply because of family status is even more vulnerable by ignoring potential risks and not taking the necessary precautions to protect the business. Compounding the problem, employees who aren't family may be inadvertently afforded the same level of trust given to family members. My name is David Malamed. To learn more about me and the services I offer, please visit uncoverfraud.com. Thank you.